Now it's time for Movie Friends with your hosts Michelle and Seth. We're talking film without pretension. We're finding cats that are unexpected. We'll watch a movie, film, or schmovie, and we want you to join our journey. So subscribe and share this podcast, or this might just be the last of the Movie Friends. We're movie friends. We want to be your movie friends.
Hey, welcome to Movie Friends. I'm here with my friend Michelle Rubenstein, who will pay up in this life or the next.
And I'm here with my friend Seth Vargas, who just keeps singing, all the hot girls, put your hands up and say, Om Shanti Om.
I do keep saying that.
I know.
I have texted it to you several times this week. I love it. It's my favorite thing ever.
It's been stuck in my head since I've watched this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just that one part.
We get 3 different Om Shanti Om songs. We start with one.
Yeah.
Then we get the one in the middle. Then we get the one towards the end.
Yep.
Pretty great. Hey, what's going on?
Well, last night I helped a neighbor catch an opossum so he can go to a rehab center.
Is he on drugs?
I think maybe a brain injury. Yeah.
I like that you say opossum because that's correct.
Yes.
But it still feels weird.
I know.
I've always just said possum.
I know. Yeah. This little buddy was just going around in circles and circles and circles on my property and then in the street.
Yeah.
And he's been around. And so I don't think he has rabies. It's very rare for opossums to get rabies.
Correct. Yes. They're rabies preventers sometimes.
Yes. And so I felt really bad. And I really didn't want him to get hit by a car. So I was out there. And then I talked to new neighbors I haven't met before. And one neighbor was like, I hate these effing things. And I was like, well, they eat ticks and they're actually not. So I'm defending. Also, I walked to the edge of my driveway and my feral bunch walked with me like my dragons.
Oh my, yes.
Yes. And so it was quite a sight. And people are like, are those your cats? Are those all your cats? And I was like, yes, they are. Thank you very much. They are fixed and taken care of. But anyway, then this one woman, she came with a cat carrier. And so I helped her catch the opossum and she brought him to a rehab center in East Meadow.
Wow. You're like an animal hero.
I'm just glad he wasn't going to get hit by a car.
You're like Steve Irwin.
Well, my destiny is clear then, huh?
Steve Irwin.
Ooh, Steve Irwin. How are you? You got sunburned knees?
I went to the beach. Biggest mistake of my life.
What beach did you go to?
Robert Moses.
Wow.
Yes. My favorite Carradine and my favorite Old Testament prophet. Is there a Robert Carradine? I think there is. Anyway, went to the beach. And, when you get to the beach with kids, it's a mad scramble to lather them up.
Yep.
Make sure that every ear and nose and elbow is properly covered before you leave the van, because if not, it's not going to happen. They're going to get sunburned.
Mm-hmm.
And so in between, it's kind of like when you're on an airplane and they say, before you help someone else with their oxygen mask, be sure to attach your own. Now I know why they say that.
Sunburned knees.
So I do my whole top half, the upper Seth, completely forget about the lower Seth.
Oh, no.
And so I just sit there for 3 hours straight with my legs out.
Were you under any kind of umbrella?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's been horrible. It's funny. Your weekly update was like, I saved a life. My weekly update. My weekly update is I'm an idiot. But you can't feel it when you're getting sunburned.
I know. I've been there.
And so as soon as I sat in the car and turned on the AC, I was like, oh God, no. What have I done? And then looked down and yeah. Anyway, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this Labubu?
Yo. I hit up my bestie about a month ago.
Okay.
And I was like, can you have your Gen Z and younger friends explain to us what the Labubus are.
Yeah, what is this?
And they did not know.
Oh, wow. We
So
have to
then-
go past Gen Z to understand it?
Right. So then I explained to Chris, I was like, well, they're like these very popular, viral little monster creatures that people are putting on very expensive handbags.
You wear the Labubu.
You wear the Labubu, yeah.
Yeah. Would you wear one?
No. No. But
I gotta
no
find
shame.
a new Christmas gift for you then.
No shame to those who are. I guess I should say, like, if someone gifted me one, then
Would you now, listeners? I hope you know what a Labubu looks like. Would you wear a Labubu that had my face with the teeth coming out?
absolutely. It better be that face you just made. Even if you got me a Labubu and printed out that face
Sure,
and just
yeah.
taped it, I
Yeah.
am rocking that so hard. I would
Okay.
love your face on a Labubu.
Hey, send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Subject line, Labubu. Let us know. Please explain this to us. And I hate to be the old person who's like, this new fad is ugly and dumb.
Right.
But truly, they are ugly and dumb. And they're expensive, right?
They're very expensive.
Okay. We got to move on.
Okay.
Speaking of emails, we got one.
Email.
Before we hit this email up, there was some chatter in the Movie Friends Discord, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast.
In case you didn't know.
People were a little taken aback that our little email jingle that you just heard is recorded and that you don't sing it every week.
It's in my head and heart, and I mouth it. Because
Uh-huh.
you know I always want to, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I can't anymore. I could.
And
You'll just dub me over.
one person said they were going to send what I believe to be a strongly worded email saying that they demand you sing it live each week again. Because that's how we did it for the first 2 years of our show. So the people want live Michelle.
Isn't it weird what people care about?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, that should make you feel good, right?
Sure.
They want you to whip out an email every week.
Email.
See, there you go.
There you go.
They got it.
There you go.
Anyway, our email is subject line, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Wow. Again.
Hey, topical message. First line, by the way. Please tan Seth with the new goo.
I'll tan your burnt knees.
Yeah. Thanks for unlocking a new fear, toilet snakes. We were talking about toilet snakes, and it is something people should fear about. I love that you guys called the number in the movie, and I'm so glad that y'all saw the intelligence in this movie. I feel like it gets overlooked. I've always wanted to get a tattoo of the earmuffs tomato.
Please do.
The Pearl Jam drummer info was wild. P.S. The most suspicious fruit is durian.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yep.
Which I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say yes, but I think that's a good nominee.
I do too. And they have a very weird taste and smell, right?
Yeah. And they say it's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Ah.
PSS, this month has made me love Michelle so much more.
Oh.
And PSSS, I learned so much that I didn't know. Thanks, guys. You're welcome.
Who's it from?
That email's from Ben.
Hey, thanks, Ben. You know, I was thinking about Ben the other day because I was thinking how he's so consistent with the emails.
I know.
It's amazing. Do you think we're like part of his weekly agenda?
I can't even begin to believe that we're part of anyone's anything.
That's why I posed the question. Like, does he write it down when he's writing out his week and be like, send an email to movie friends?
Right. Hey, you should do that and send us an email. Let us know what you thought about Attack the Killer Tomatoes. What made you love Michelle more?
What makes you love Seth? Let's hear for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it that I'm an idiot and can't lather my own knees?
You know, I'm not going to touch that, but I'm going to comment on your shirt.
Sure.
Seth is wearing a pink, and I'm also wearing a pink shirt, but
we're wearing pink.
From where
and it's Wednesday.
And oh my gosh, and it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
This was not planned when we got on the screen.
I'm pointing to my Regina George photo that's part of my movie poster wall.
I didn't know you had that.
She's very small.
And you're always covering her.
It's so I have Agnes Varda. I have Maria Falconetti from The Passion of Joan of Arc, greatest film and greatest performance ever. I have Princess Mononoke, and then I have Regina George.
Amazing.
So the most important women in film history.
Yes. You really should have a Cher Horowitz, but I'll let that go.
Good point.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say is from where their shirt is being cut off in the screen, the white flowers actually look like pumpkins.
Oh,
And
they do.
I love that very much.
The 1990s. My very favorite decade, especially for music. This is Dope Nostalgia, and I'm your host, Naomi Carmack. And every week, we revisit the era that brought us Hammer Pants, Crystal Pepsi, Pogs, Hypercolor, Pokemon, and some of the greatest songs of all time. On Dope Nostalgia, not only do I have episodes where I talk about the big artists of the 90s with friends, but sometimes those big artists come on the show. Past guests include Naughty by Nature, George Lamond, Alana Miles, Color Me Bad, Biff Naked, Ed the Sock, Shakespeare's Sister, Two Unlimited, The Funky Bunch, Technotronic, Rosala, Tara Kemp, Mr. Big, Honeymoon Suite, Right Said Fred, and so many more. Dope Nostalgia, a podcast made for 90s kids like me. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, Podbean, Stitcher, and wherever podcasts are served.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Here we go.
Today, Om Shanti Om. Holy cow. Before we get into our discussion, we're going to try to guess what the other host is going to rate the film. And if we get it right, we get to add a pickle to our pickle tally. And going over to our pickle tally, currently I'm at 15 and Michelle is at 12 for the year. And at the end of the year, we will give each other that amount of pickles. This is starting to get a little expensive.
It's really just a jar of pickles, Seth.
I gotta start setting aside some pickle money.
Get a jar out. Save your pennies. Okay, I'm locked in.
All right, I am also locked in. Okay, we're talking about Om Shanti Om. Written, directed, choreographed by Farah Khan. I mean, come on. You should be cheering in your car right now.
We should be
to that.
singing Farah Khan.
That's right. Oh, Farah Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Cinematography by V. Manikandan. Composed by Shekhar Ravijani and Vishal Dadlani. Edited by Shirish Kunder. Costume design by Karan Johar, Manish Malhotra, Sanjeev Mulkandani. Starring Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika Padukone, Arjun Rampal, Shreyas Telpade, and Karan Kerr. Michelle, you want to grab a ghost and read our summary?
What's in a name? Would an Om by any other not be as famous? Well, yeah, actually. Om Bakija is a small-time actor with big-time dreams. When he rescues the very famous actress Shanti from an on-set accident, it seems that his star is beginning to rise. What he doesn't realize is that he has entangled himself in a plot by Mukesh, an evil producer that murders Om and Shanti. Om is reincarnated into a major film family and becomes very famous in his new life. When he begins to have visions of his previous life and Shanti, Om sets out to avenge her and his past self by taking down Mukesh. All the stars are here, all the Indian film references, and before the end, all the hot girls will throw their hands in the air and say, Om Shanti Om.
Hey, how do you feel about reincarnation?
It's funny you say that. I had a conversation about this with my friend over the weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel personally that I have probably a couple of more lives to live.
Oh.
And I view life as kind of like a video game and levels.
Sure.
My friend, on the other hand, she felt this is it. The life she currently is living, that's her last party, as she put it. And I feel I can see that because she's very wise. She's very intuitive. And I said, okay, I feel like you've leveled up. This is it. But for me, I have probably a couple of more lives to live. And then Anthony, my husband, because I talked to him about this, I feel like he is a newer soul than I am.
Whoa.
Yeah. Aren't you glad you asked?
So he has even more lives
Yeah.
after you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm an older soul than he is.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a baby was just born from a frozen embryo from 1994.
Wow.
This is just in the news, folks. I know that's why you tune in each week. And so they were calling it the world's oldest baby. And I was like, for that kid's entire life, should people know who they are, they're going to be like, "Oh, you're very old for your age," right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe in reincarnation. I think this is it. This is my one go around, and I'm doing it this way.
So that perhaps in my thought process of that, you've leveled up then.
I don't think so.
You think you're a one and done?
Yeah. Maybe you get to keep going around. I don't.
No, I feel like there's stuff I know that doesn't make sense of how I know it and intuitively.
Sure.
Specifically. And then there's also so much more to go. Not that that's an excuse that you shouldn't live this life to the fullest, right? Because it's like, oh, I'll get it the next time. That's not what I mean by that.
Living this life to the fullest is exhausting. I don't recommend it. I think
you know what, Seth?
Half full is great. Okay?
I think your soul is tired. And so
I am. I was just going to say, you're the person on the roller coaster who, when it pulls into the station, you look at the attendant and say, "Can I go again? There's no one else in line." And I'm the person who has died on the roller coaster. And they have to shut the park down.
I will say this, though, as of late, because I feel like I just said your soul is tired. I am taking so many naps in my dreams. That's got to say something.
Yeah.
We both have been taking naps in our dreams. So that's not great.
Okay.
Anyway,
reincarnation talk
done.
Out of the way. Now, if you didn't listen to our episode on RRR, what's wrong with you? You should. We gave a big disclaimer. Michelle and I, we are covering the films of India this month in an incredibly brief, just the hits kind of a way. We are not Indian. We are not of Indian descent. But we love movies, and we love fun, and we love learning new things. And so we don't mean any offense in our discussion. And quite frankly, this movie is fantastic for revealing how little we know about the subject that we're talking about this month. Now, having said that, how did you find Om Shanti Om?
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's doing a lot. The first half feels like a stage play turned into a musical movie. And then the second half is like telenovela.
Melodramatic.
Yeah. This film goes through many different genres, if you will.
Yes, yeah.
It's like romantic comedy, musical, drama, horror. It's doing everything. It's doing everything.
So this movie is what is known as a masala film, meaning that there's a lot of different genres kind of blended together. And I personally, I love that because in American movies, we don't get to see that very often. And we are always talking about tone. What's the tone? Oh, the tone was all over the place. Oh, it couldn't decide if it wanted to be. And I've said that, you've said that, we've said that. For the most part, we like it when a movie is a horror movie. And if it's a little too funny, now it has to be a horror comedy. And so now we're going to judge it as a totally different thing. So we're always trying to find these little boxes, and then you watch a movie like this and there's just no little boxes. It's just like flying by the seat of its pants. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Obviously, there's a ton of planning and thought that goes into all of it. I feel like the tone of this movie is just like putting your foot on the gas and going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have a problem with that? Did you like it?
No, I liked it, but I didn't watch it all in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it in 3 parts.
Oh, okay.
And not really on purpose. It was just I was on the ferry traveling this weekend. So I watched part of it, 2 parts on the ferry, and then the last part at home.
Yeah.
And I was giggling a lot. I mean, this movie was making me giggle like audibly out loud, where to the point where Aunt was like, "Well, you're being loud right now." And I had my headphones in on the ferry. Like he kept looking at me. It was just so funny. especially the first half. Especially the first half is when they're in
Yeah.
the 70s. It's very, very silly in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it. I liked all of it. But I will say,
Yes.
and this comment's not necessary,
Go for it.
and this isn't anything against the film, but it felt longer to me than RRR.
I agree with you. I agree. I'm not going to say that this movie is too long.
Right, it's not.
Now, last week when we talked about long movies and specifically RRR, I made the comment, does this movie run out of steam or do I? And I think that it's a little more on the movie part when it comes to this. Most just because the first half of this is like so great.
Yeah.
What I'm finding about doing these is like it is impossibly hard to write summaries for these movies because there are just so many details that are really, really important.
Yeah.
So this movie is divided into two parts. The first one is about Om Makija, and he is a junior actor.
Junior artist.
Junior artist, which I guess means he mostly plays like background people or
like one line maybe.
people wearing a lot of fake beards and hats, and you can't really tell who it is because it doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
And he dreams of being a star. And we're talking about changing his name. Now, the name, I guess, has the idea of like swatting away flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like, it's just not a glamorous name. And it's not one of the famous film names from that time period. For you and me, I don't get like any of these references.
Well, same. And, okay, so he's Om, and then the film is Om Shanti Om, and then the girl we're chasing is Shanti. So call me stupid. I'm like, wow, we're just the names and the title of the film, but also the title of the film that they want to shoot.
Yes.
And yet we're in, so.
And that comes from a movie that has a reincarnation plot that this movie also reenacts the filming of in the beginning called Cars.
Yes.
Which has a song called Om Shanti Om. And then when Om and Shanti meet face to face after he saves her, she says, "What's your name?" And he says, "Om." And she says, "Shanti." And he says, "Om."
Right.
And then, like I said, there are 3 Om Shanti Om songs throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
But I don't understand like any of the references. So much so that when I started looking them up, there were all these things that I didn't realize were references to real people.
Yeah.
Not just like generalized ideas. So if we look at like Singing in the Rain, it's kind of like a general view of that time period in Hollywood history when we go from silent films to talkies. But this is not that at all. Like, I never got the joke about the guy at the movie premiere who's like covering his face.
Yeah.
That's a real guy.
I know.
Oh, you looked this up?
I did, but also was a little confused. And he was upset with how he was portrayed?
Yeah, in real life. So they're like, "Oh, we're going to get in trouble." And Om is like, "Nah, if Manoj Kumar ever shows up, he's not going to show up or whatever." That's a real, I guess he was an actor, writer, director. And in real life, he didn't like the joke that they made about him.
Yeah.
Which is that he was always covering his face. So much so that his driver's license is him covering his face.
Yes, very funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you, as an American living in 2025, oh my God, is that what year we're in?
Correct.
Do you feel that all the references that it was making kind of hampered your experience? Or was there kind of enough there that you just were like, I know that this is referencing something, but I don't.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It did not like dampen my experience at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the 70s stuff more. I was like very just into that aesthetic. And I thought kind of like what you said earlier, it's just like lighter and very goofy and funny. And 30 years later, I feel like they did a good job of aesthetically with that. But yeah, the references didn't. But also, like, what do I know? I don't know these references. So
right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know in the 70s, him and his buddy are always talking about Raj Kapoor.
Yeah.
Which is the family that ends up
Right.
being. Yeah, that's also a real person. And obviously he's not playing himself in the movie, but a lot of people are cameoing as themselves.
Yeah.
And what I think is funny is like if they made an American version of this, I would probably like roll my eyes and be like, this is popular lame. Like, oh look, isn't it funny that Keanu Reeves is in this as himself? And like I would think it's lame, but because it's India, I'm like, this is the coolest thing
I
I've ever
know.
seen. And I'm grinning ear to ear. People are showing up and everyone's clapping for him and they're like looking all pretty in the camera. And I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I'm happy to see you.
I know. I mean, like that 8-minute
Oh my God.
who's who in India and cinema.
Yes.
I mean, I recognized Priyanka Chopra and that was it. So
I didn't even know. I don't even know who that is.
yeah, but like I was like, this must be like a roll call. It seems like everybody's having fun. So
Right.
that's cool.
Right. And Farah Khan is a choreographer, right? She learns to dance by watching Michael Jackson. No training, just teaches herself to dance, which is to me like
Amazing.
pretty amazing. She starts out as an assistant director and then becomes a choreographer. And then she's doing choreography for movies. She goes to do Bombay Dreams in England, play Andrew Lloyd Webber producing. It's a big deal. It's during this time that she writes Om Shanti Om. And she's like, I'm going to write this. I'm going to direct it, do the choreography all myself. And I guess it's because like people just liked her and liked working with her. And also having Shah Rukh Khan as the lead, they were able to get all of these famous people and people like from throughout film history and current people to just come in and do all of these cameos. And it was like just because they like these people.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. And like you said, it really does seem like everyone is having fun.
Yeah, it seems really genuine.
Yeah.
Everyone's sticking around and just dancing.
Yeah. Even the guy who plays Mukesh, who
Right?
is like pretty evil.
Yeah.
He even seems like he's having
Yeah.
kind of a good time.
Yeah.
And I guess so that actor's Arjun Rampal, and he like thought that he couldn't do it. Like he thought he couldn't pull off a villain, and Shah Rukh Khan had to like convince him.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, we're bouncing all over the place.
At like this movie.
Right. But lots of props to Farah Khan for seeing this vision through. This was like, I think this was maybe the highest grossing Indian film up until this point or something crazy like that. It was the number one movie that year for sure. So huge hit. So I guess you've been watching The Studio.
Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't seen it. Is The Studio like our version of Om Shanti Om?
No. No. No.
Aren't there real people in it though?
Yes, there are real people.
Like Martin Scorsese's in it, right?
Yes.
And he's playing. So it's kind of like.
Yeah, but like to bring up our favorite word, tone.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Oh, it's not funny?
I think probably there are parts that are intended to be funny, but I actually just found it extremely intense. It makes my blood pressure rise. And that is the intent of it. Like if you hear Seth Rogen talk about it and his partner, his writing partner, Evan, they say like we wanted, while it is comical, we really did want it to be very intense and stressful because that's how the business is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a show I could binge. I started, I was like, wow, I actually cannot do this to myself. I will pace myself and watch this. Yeah.
I thought it was a silly little show about Hollywood.
It kind of is, but
okay.
You should watch like a couple. You'll understand what I mean by that.
Well, now I'm going to be stressed.
Yeah, you will. Well, it's well done, but anyway.
All right. So I guess this isn't, that's not our Om Shanti Om.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
But what I like about Om Shanti Om is it also shows a kind of like seedy underbelly.
Yes. Yeah.
It's lots of fun and it's fighting tigers and, you know, but at the same time, you have this producer who is marrying a woman, but making her keep it a secret, murdering her, and then marrying someone else to get, a film studio in the marriage deal. And
Right.
it's not all, champagne wishes and caviar dreams as Om in the beginning thinks that it would be. I guess to talk about the characters, we'll have to split it up into two parts.
Right, because like Om is Om and then okay, and then Shanti is Shanti but Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say 70s Om.
We should just talk about the first half and then talk about the second half.
Okay. 70s movie. Om, played by Farah Khan.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find him?
I was very charmed by him. I found everything he did very, very funny, especially in the first half. And I loved his relationship, talk about friendship again, with his buddy Papu.
Mm-hmm.
They were so funny together, and I love their chemistry. I love, like, they do this thing where they, like, put their hand, like,
pretend like they're throwing their hair back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're, like, there for each other. And Papu's, like, really, like, egging him on, like, wants Om to be something more and believes in him.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed their chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they meet Shanti, like, he's there on their dates too. Like, he just, this guy, you can't leave home without him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really liked his performance.
Yeah. Papu is great, and he's better than the modern day
Agreed.
Anwar.
Yes.
Which, no shade to that actor or character, but it's not the same because he's not like his friend. I guess he doesn't really have friends.
Right.
Because
Right.
I wasn't sure if this version has a tattoo.
On the wrist?
On the wrist. Because I don't think that tattoos are like super prevalent in Indian culture.
Yeah.
And when he's reincarnated, it's more of a scar, birthmark thing.
Right.
So that also brought up I was like, so if you get a tattoo in your next life, it turns into a scar. This isn't like a nitpick or like, I think this is stupid, but you didn't need to have that for us to know that it's the same person or like the person has been reincarnated. It's the same actor. like if Shah Rukh Khan played Om in the 70s and then you flash forward to today and it's a different movie star, yes, you would need to show
the mark.
He has the same face and the same name.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't think of it like that. I just took that as like, oh, it's like burned.
Right.
It's a burned scar.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, but he didn't even die in the fire though.
Right. That's true. But he was still part of the fire.
Right.
And he has such a fear of fire.
Yeah.
So long lasting.
Yeah. And he goes through the fire twice for this woman.
Also, we're not nitpicking.
No, we're not. No.
It took 30 years for him to realize he's afraid of fire. Well, he realizes he's afraid of fire because he says, I am afraid of fire. But yeah. I guess just having to go back to like the same place.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Okay. If you were a past life, if you like choked on mashed potatoes and you died in this life. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Because then wouldn't you... Maybe I'm not a one and done. Maybe I have been around for a long time because I have a lot of fears and anxieties.
You're just tired and... I know, same. Well, I have to think about that. Oh,
maybe
there's so much left for me.
If in this life, like you hate a man, is it because you were murdered by a man in your previous life?
You mean like a particular man or just men?
No, just men. You're like, I hate men. Well, I think in this life, if you hate men, you just have to open your eyes, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's like a general truth.
Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, the tattoo, I just took it as like another like burn situation, but you're right. He didn't even really die from the fire.
Hey, you know what? I'm just going to say anything we don't understand in this movie is a direct reference to a film that we haven't seen.
That's true. Yeah.
And so someone who's listening to this now is like, you idiots, that's a major plot point of this other movie. Like, oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's in love with Shanti,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks to her billboard.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Yeah. Again, this is all fitting for how this movie's feeling so far.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, this feels like a stage play to
Yeah.
me in the first half. So everything that's going down, I'm into.
Did you talk to your posters?
No, I didn't. We've talked about this before, like being into boy bands and musicians and stuff like that. Like there were no like boys up on my wall.
None?
I mean, I had like
Did you have Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle?
I was just gonna say I had like all the people I wrote to for autographs. So I had like Homer Simpson, and I had like Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
I had like Wheezy from the Jeffersons. That was who was on my wall. But
So
my sister was in love with Leonardo DiCaprio from Titanic.
Yeah.
And so that was on her wall. She had all the boy bands. She would like kiss them. Like she would practice kissing, like kissing her posters.
Interesting. We've talked about practicing kissing before.
Yeah, and I used to do that in the snow. Not me, but Sam, my sister, used to do that in the snow.
Wow, kissing snow and kissing paper.
Like how snow?
She either became the best kisser ever or the worst.
We'll have to ask Samuel that.
Yeah.
But did you kiss your posters?
Imagine kissing someone and being like, oh, you kiss like you're kissing snow.
And then the person's like, wow, your mouth isn't cold.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Weird.
Okay. Yeah, you practice kissing on your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you kiss your posters?
No.
Yeah. No.
It's a picture.
Well, yeah.
I'm not a poster perv.
No, poster perv. Hey, it's your poster. You can do whatever you want. It's your private space.
All right, so you weren't laying there looking up at Wheezy from the Jeffersons being like, what do I do? Help me. I need guidance.
I was like, oh man, I have to write to Marianne from Gilligan's Island and get her autograph.
Did you?
Yes.
Very cool. Do you have these still?
I do.
We should do a little episode where you just hold them up and I guess who it is.
Oh, yeah, but it says their name. I'll have to block it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. A who's who. Yeah, let's do that.
This Om sees himself in the movies, which I do love. I love that.
Me too.
Yeah. I love that he loves the movies so much and that like he dreams so hard of being the hero with the good dialogues that he just sees himself in all of these famous roles. Okay, so Shanti, played by Deepika Padukone, this was her first role ever.
What?
Yes, this was her first acting role.
I would have never guessed that.
Can you believe it? Isn't that incredible?
Wow.
Playing dual roles, which I guess is a big trope in Indian cinema.
But I feel like they make fun of that. Like when we get to the awards ceremony. Like this movie's, what I like is not taking itself too seriously, but we're also taking ourselves seriously because we believe in what we're putting out there. And I like that.
Absolutely. And even Om earlier is like, oh yeah, I play twins. So I have 4 deaths because we die and then we're reincarnated and then we die again.
So good. So good.
Shanti, I mean, she's incredible. She's a star. I think my second favorite kind of musical sequence is when he's watching her movie.
Yes.
And Deepika, throughout that, I'm just like, I'm glued. You know what I mean?
Same. Everything she's doing.
Yeah. Like 1, she's very beautiful, but 2, she's great dancing, very charismatic, and she's having to act opposite real film footage that they're like cutting her into.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. And it looks awesome.
Yeah.
She's in a movie and the director refuses to cut, even though all these hay bales are catching fire. And they reference that this happened in real life, in a real movie. And what they say in the movie is true. Is this movie called Mother India. And in it, one of the stars had to save another one from a fire and they ended up getting married. Wow. But then the actor in that movie is like, I'm already married, so what's the point? So she's saved, and she goes to meet Om, and she's she's just very nice, very cool. But the whole time you don't know that she's not like trying to start a romantic relationship with Om. She really just wants to be his friend
Yeah.
because she's secretly married.
Yeah. Like she's secretly married
Mhm.
and pregnant.
Yes.
Which
Dun,
at first
dun,
I was like,
dun.
are you actually pregnant or are you faking it? Doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. We're getting murdered anyway.
Right, yeah.
But it seemed to me that she was into Om.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought that when I first watched it. I've been watching this movie like crazy. I gotta tell you, my new movie viewing has just hit rock bottom because I rewatched RRR so much, and now I'm rewatching Om Shanti Om so much. Like instead of throwing on new movies, I'm just like, I'll just watch it again.
Yeah.
Sure, put it
Yeah.
on. I could be watching 2 movies every time I watch this.
Seriously.
But I think that he thinks that because he's so in love with her.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think now that she was very, imagine if someone saved you from a fire when
Of
no one
course.
else would.
Right. That I'm not talking about. It's like when
Yeah.
when they go to meet and they go on their date, kind
Yeah.
of, and then she says, I haven't been this happy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think theirs is a tale of just kind of friendship and
Okay. Well, he's in love with her. So
well, he's in love with
on
her.
her end.
Yes.
I just don't think she was actually really happy with Mukesh.
Okay, well, is this it's too many things. It's a Masala movie. Cuz I was just going to say, is this a comedy or a tragedy?
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
depending on the minute of the film.
Right.
You know?
Because it's not like we end with Om and Sandy now being like, oh, well, now we're in love and we're going to. So the movie kind of ends on a pretty bittersweet moment. And by the way, this movie just ends. Like, it slams the door in your face.
Well, we accomplished the mission, but then it ends.
Right. And that's kind of why I'm like, we're really teetering between comedy and tragedy, because then we get the reveal that Mukesh buried her alive. And
Yeah.
so it turns out what we've actually been watching is a vengeful ghost story.
Yes. Yeah.
Now again, we're not complaining, but for
Right.
you, should we save this for when we talk about the little movie? Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I love Shanti.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So then we have Mukesh, who I think looks super cool.
Yeah.
70s Mukesh.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's got it going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little thin mustache.
Uh-huh.
Blonde flowing hair. He looks like a character of, somebody from the 70s, but he looks cool.
Yeah. And he plays evil really well.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we bring Shanti to the set, I believed him. I really did believe him. I didn't think he was going to murder her.
Right.
You can't tell me off the first watch. You're like, oh, yeah, we're about to tonally change here and turn this into.
Oh, no. I didn't know anything about this. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this when I watched it the first time. And I was just like, huh? What?
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, this is a fun movie.
I'm giggling. And then I was like, I'm not giggling anymore.
Yeah. The scene, not to jump back to them, but the scene between Om and his mom is so absurd and melodramatic and over the top.
When he talks about changing his name,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, and then, along the lines of like my mom's reaction. And then he goes to cover his ears just so you can hear her scream. Like the whole world can hear her scream.
Mm-hmm.
That's very funny.
It's very Juliet's nurse from Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. Juliet! Like everything's shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Mukesh, Arjun Rampal, I think that he's good. And I also didn't know that he was a villain, because when you first meet him, he's just the producer and he's like, oh, she won't come out to act. I'll go in and talk to her.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. And then they have that conversation. And yeah, I was like, they're married?
She's pregnant?
She's pregnant? He's evil?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that throw you for a loop?
Yeah, it threw me through a loop. But then when he was like, oh my gosh, okay,
Yeah.
we'll become public and all the things. And I was like, oh, I'm on board with this. Like, I'm just believing everything you tell me and not thinking for myself.
Right. Okay, now let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You are not, a Hollywood actress, but let's say you were. Would you get married and not tell anybody?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let me add a wrinkle to this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Would you get married to someone who was like, we can't tell anyone that we're married, and you wanted to?
Well, there'd be a lot of follow-ups.
Oh, hit me.
Okay, why are we hiding it?
Uh-huh.
For how long?
Uh-huh.
Is there a deeper, plan here that I need to be aware of?
Mm-hmm.
If you let me in on the plan, I probably can go with it.
I don't know. I told the story recently about the one summer that 3 girls in a row who did not know each other, by the way, all of them told me that they could not date at the moment, but they still wanted to hang out with me and, tell each other that we like each other and basically dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that each of them were dating someone else while talking to me. So what I'm saying is I probably would be dumb enough to fall for this because I fell for it 3 times in a row in one summer. You know that show, The Summer I Turned Pretty?
Yeah.
It's like the summer I turned dumb.
Yeah, right.
But I feel so bad for her because we like her so much and she's so cool and
like
she's so
she's
great.
like a major film star.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me, I was like, I get we're trying to do a deal here, but like, wouldn't you want her to be as your wife? But then again, you're trying to get this film deal. So
He's trying to get the right.
How are you going to marry someone when you're already married?
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that that's why marriage is oftentimes public, so that people can't go off and marry someone else. Yeah, double marry. You ever hear about these people who have like second families?
Yes.
Traveling salespeople, and it's like, oh, I've got a family in Wisconsin.
I'm just like, how do you have the time? It's so much planning.
How do you have the time?
Wow.
And how do they just be like, yeah, he's gone all the time?
I think they have to know.
Imagine having so much money.
Not even that. Imagine having so much time.
You've got Aunt here, and then you got Hank somewhere else.
Hank Hill selling propane.
And he's got his own possums to catch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
You got a whole other house with all these other cats?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Crazy.
So yeah, Mukesh murders them. And then Om escapes and then is very comedically hit by a car.
But that doesn't kill him.
That also doesn't kill him. And the car just so happens to be Raj Kapoor. And he goes to the hospital. And at the same time as the baby is born, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
So is this how reincarnation works?
Well, here's the thing, right? He gets hit by the car. It doesn't kill him. Then he gets beat up. That doesn't kill him. Then finally gets to the hospital. And then he dies as soon as the baby's being born.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many times? Did you feel like the amount of times we're killing this guy was too much? Or is this working comedically?
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, we're really just...
I mean, obviously during the fire scene, it's not funny. Like
no,
that's I wouldn't even say that that's melodrama. I would just like, I'm just like, oh my God, like this is genuinely horrifying. And that's why, again, going towards the end, when we're like, oh wait, this is actually the story that we've been watching. It's just that the ghost story involves a complete buffoon as the alive person that's helping the ghost. And that's what Om Shanti Om is.
Right.
It's a ghost story. If the last person to care about the ghost was the world's biggest idiot.
Yeah, right.
Like the whole time she's been like, I'm going to work to kill this guy who buried me alive. And this guy's going to help me.
Yeah.
So no, I thought it was funny. Like when he does get away and then he's just hit by a car. That's very funny to me.
Yeah, but is this how reincarnation works? I mean, does this work for you over like time travel? Because this kind of is time travel in a way.
Well, right, because then how they do the reincarnation is like He just looks exactly the same.
Right. Yeah.
Which at first I was like, okay, but wouldn't Mukesh like recognize Om at all? And then I was like, oh no, because he was a junior artist. So
I know. I thought the same thing.
it's not like he was a movie star or someone that he probably like looked down on him. The
Right.
very few times that they like were even around each other,
Right.
you're not paying attention.
Right.
So yeah, they're doing kind of a weird thing with reincarnation where it's the same. Because when you reincarnate, you don't look the same.
Right. Because you have different parents in this case.
I didn't even stop to think about that.
Because
Yeah, it's like who does Om look like? I don't know. It doesn't really look like either of
completely
us.
different
Yeah.
parents. And imagine like Om's mom. Now we're in
Hey.
the future.
Yeah.
She's like, I know this is my son.
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, what about DNA?
Well, probably has the same DNA.
You would need to look that way, right? Your
Yeah, I
DNA
mean-
helps you make you look like you.
Right. But
Are his fingerprints different?
yeah, I think okay, because it really should be just like Om's soul went into the baby.
Yes.
He should not have the looks, but in this story, he does.
Because it's a movie about movies.
Correct.
And we're kind of making fun of times that this has been done before. I get all that. But yeah, like it truly doesn't make any sense when you
Right.
think about it. And I never really stopped to think about it. But yeah, especially the parents thing. Because then also like you do ultrasounds of a baby.
Well, when the baby is in womb,
in utero, I think.
okay, does the baby have a predetermined soul yet?
Well, I think that what this movie is saying is that when you are, womb entrenched, you do not. And it is not until the moment that you pass through the tunnel of life.
You slide out.
And then
you get a soul.
You get a soul.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is like when you do an ultrasound, you can measure the baby. So did that baby's like height change? Or do we know whoever's doing the soul swapping, are they like, nope, this baby's gonna be the same and right height? You know what I mean? Too many questions.
It's too many questions too, because at that moment it just seemed like the soul was chosen for this baby to be born. Like,
and then are you just reincarnated into the whatever baby's closest to you being born?
That's what I'm saying. It felt like it was like how this works. I don't think it's that easygoing.
And we should say we're not talking about the actual religious belief of reincarnation. We're talking about what this movie is proposing.
We're just trying to make sense of it.
What if you're on the North Pole? You're holding that pole, okay? You're all the way at the tippy top.
Okay, and?
I'm just saying, if you're born in the body of the baby that's born closest to you, you got babies in every direction. Is your soul split into 100 babies?
No, because what if there's like a cabin that's like 10 feet away of like a hunter and he dies. And so then the baby that's born, is the pregnant woman holding the pole? I'm trying to follow here. I'm trying to make sense of
Oh, wait, did I say born or die? Anyway, you know what?
You just said someone was holding a pole at the North Pole.
I'm imagining me dying, and I'm at the North Pole.
Are you in the cabin?
In my story, there was no cabin. Okay, anyway. So Om is reincarnated into, a quote-unquote good family name.
Yeah, prestigious family name.
And this is also a commentary on nepotism and rich people, powerful people, right? That truly someone who maybe has all the talent and charisma and desire can't actually make it. Because as soon as Om is born into this other family, now he's winning Best Actor awards and he's super, super famous. How did you feel about them making him like a jerk?
Well, I think it made sense because your upbringing is so different than it was. And so I think for contrast, we had to portray it that way. So because he says, like, when I get, you know,
Right.
in the 70s, he talks about all the things he would have if he becomes famous. He'll have slippers put on him, and he'll assign roles to the people that are
Mhm.
working for him. So we see that happen.
So this movie is also a very confusing meditation on nature versus nurture, because he has a nature through his soul where he is similar to the way that he was, but then his nurture has turned him into like a brat.
But
Mhm.
deep in there, he's a good egg, as I
Mhm.
always say. His core is not rotten.
Yeah.
It just took a little while to get there.
It took finding out he was murdered.
Right.
Yeah.
But he got there.
He got there. Yeah. What the fish?
What the fish?
How do you feel about that?
I've been saying it
Oh, yeah?
since I learned it. What the fish? Like, is this the translation? Is this what's actually being said? Is this a phrase?
You know, I tried to find maybe there was some historical significance. Please, if you have an answer,
Please.
because I tried.
Wow, what the fish?
Most things that I had questions about that I went looking for, I was able to find. What the fish, I was not able to find. So I maybe that was just something funny that she's like, yeah, we'll just put this in. This is funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
What the fish?
So yeah, he's kind of like a jerk. Modern day Om at one point is dressing like Seth Cohen.
You think?
Yeah, he's got on like a little scarf and kind of like a graphic tee and some jeans.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's supposed to be 30. And I was like, I don't think
We are pushing this. We are
Shah
pushing
Rukh Khan
this.
is.
Why couldn't we just do 40 years later? Maybe everybody else would have been too old.
Well, so she said that she wanted it to be about 70s Indian
Okay.
film. And she wanted to reference all of that. And she specifically did not want to do the 80s because she said 80s Indian movies suck.
Okay.
Yeah. So those were the two time periods that she kind of wanted to like make fun of and live in.
Got it.
So Shanti is replaced by Sandy.
Mm-hmm. Doppelganger.
Same
Yeah.
actor.
Yep.
How'd you feel about Sandy?
I liked Sandy. But again, right, okay. So I'm watching this. I'm like, we're reincarnated. I was like, what if this is Shanti pretending to be Sandy? But then I was like, she would have had to age 30 years.
Right.
But I was like, but didn't. But I was like, no. He's a different person.
He's a different person.
So.
Just, with the same DNA.
Right. But you know what? At the same time, I'm like, whatever you're going to give me, I'm along for this ride.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I liked Sandy.
Do you like the gum?
I like the gum. I like every time she blows that bubble, her eyes are
Mm-hmm.
popping.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
So Sandy is not a great actor.
She's not an actor. That's the thing.
Yeah. Which is also funny because Deepika Padukone was not an actor.
Right.
And she came in. And Farah Khan said they auditioned tons and tons, just like in the movie. Like they auditioned tons and tons and tons of people. And then she walked in and she just gave her the job like immediately.
Yeah.
So Sandy is kind of like in on the plan.
This plan.
Yeah.
There's so many moving parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like the core is so down with it. Like to get his mom, because his mom, Om's mom, not biological. Past mom.
Mm-hmm.
Past mom is so convinced that is her son reincarnated, and so he's like, I believe you at this point. Yeah. So we get him, and then we get Pabu. But the whole time I'm like, what about OK's parents?
Just forget him. Not important.
Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Where's that mom and dad who's still involved with film stuff, but
they're off being rich and powerful.
You're pulling off this plan.
Yeah. Mukesh/Mike figures out the plan, and then you find out, and I don't know at what point this switch happens, you find out that Shanti, the ghost, is actually around.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when this switch happens?
Honestly, I felt like it happened when she makes her appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, like, you buried me
Right. So
alive underneath the chandelier.
it's all Sandy?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if we're doing, sometimes it's Sandy, sometimes it's Shanti, and we just
Right.
don't know. But the ghost of Shanti appears and is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
it's a totally different energy of acting. And she's scary and she's intense. Yeah, I loved it.
And so sick because, like, what a reveal. Because at that point, they both think it's Sandy when she's giving this information, like very detailed information, like, you buried me alive underneath the chandelier. You're like, what? Whoa.
So now, as you're watching this, you could think exactly what you just said, that she has also been reincarnated.
Yep.
And it's just that when you reincarnate, you look exactly the same.
Yes.
But this movie goes one step further to be
That's
like,
right.
nope.
Yep.
You thought that you knew what it was. She's just a ghost.
She's just a ghost. And Sandy is just a doppelganger. She's not actually.
Nope. So this movie says
conclusion
that you can have someone born on the same day that you die, and you will look identical to them, and you could either be reincarnated or just another person who looks exactly the same, with a name that's almost identical.
Right.
Because Shanti, Sandy, like it's
yeah.
So there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Mukesh becomes Mike. Now Mike comes at the end of my actual favorite number, Diwangi Diwangi, which is just the roll call of famous actors.
Yeah.
How did you feel about this?
Well, at first I'm like really into it because, again, I'm like, okay, this is like the who's who in Indian cinema.
Yeah.
But then it just keeps going. And Ant is making dinner, and this is like the only part he really saw. 5 minutes in, I'm like, wow, we're still going. And he's like, wow, I can't believe this is still happening. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this was like 8.5 minutes of just on repeat.
Everyone that I've heard talk about this says exactly what you just said. I don't notice it at all. I am having a great
I'm enjoying
time.
it. I'm just like, just when you think it's over, someone else walks in.
Someone else. And it's kind of like, they're like, oh, shoot. It's like when you throw a party and you don't think everyone was going to come.
Yep.
Then it turns out everyone comes and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. And I'm wondering, I don't know any of these people, any of these actors. I'm wondering, like, does the famousness of the actors continue to, like, go up?
Right. I was wondering that too.
Are we front loading our reveals?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, are we ending with the most famous people?
Maybe we're sprinkling it.
I don't know. And I would love to know.
Yeah.
I would love to know. But I can tell you, every time someone like spun around or like came in doing a dance move, I was starstruck and I didn't know who they were.
I know, same.
Yeah. And like you have a great mixture of like maybe the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. I mean,
there, yes.
With just these old guys who are like kind of dancing. And the great part about it is equally entertaining to see. Yep. It's wonderful.
How about the award show though?
The award show is also very funny.
Because we just cut to that and it feels very out of place, but not at the same time. And all of the movies that are up for noms are very comical.
Yeah. Real movies, like real actors kind of playing their persona or characters that they actually have been.
Right.
So that's why I said Keanu Reeves, because it would be like if they were like, oh, for John Wick 6. And then he's doing like a funny John Wick thing.
Right.
And again, I was like, I don't get what's happening, but it's funny. And I actually think that that's like so much credit should go to Farah Khan for being able to write something that is like incredibly specific to one country, but then people can watch it and still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like the form is broad enough that we still get it, even if we don't understand like the details. It's awesome.
Right.
So Mukesh shows up He's Mike now. He looks so much worse. I think he
Oh.
looks terrible in the modern day.
Yeah.
Loses the mustache. He's got a ponytail. Ugh.
Yeah, the eyebrow, like all of it's gray.
It's no good. My only note on him in the future is how absolutely stunned he is while they're doing the euphoria thing of, is this play about us? Where he's standing there and they're literally doing like a play about how he murdered Shanti.
Yeah.
Complete with like doors that close around her face and like you see her through a little window. And he's just like the most stunned. Can you imagine like your deepest, darkest secret and someone's like, hey, come to this thing. And then it's done in like song and dance.
And you have to watch it in front of everybody's watching
Right.
you watch it.
Right. And you're like, oh, that's not me, right?
Right.
Even though that main actor looks identical to how I looked 30 years ago.
Right.
So during the climax, Mike is basically like, no one's going to believe you. There's no evidence, which is true. And then Om is like, oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, you're right. And at that point, I'm like, wait, what did you think was going to happen?
I know.
He would be compelled to tell the truth because you sang and danced?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was hoping of, like, okay, he's going to confess. He's going to get to a point where he just pops.
Yeah. No pops.
No pops.
Shanti, the ghost of Shanti comes out. Great monologue here. Guns, fire, and Om faces his fear of fire and is on fire for a long time. Like that fire on his arm, I was like, you got to get rid of that.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yes, seriously, like, please. So they kill him, I guess. And again, it's kind of like, hey, this is the movie you were watching. Goodbye.
Right, because like this major producer dies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it?
And not only that, he's got a bullet wound in his leg.
Right. Like
you know, there's got to be an investigation. And I guess that's why the movie just ends, because it's like, don't think about it. Don't think.
Right. And also, like, we're done here.
Yeah.
That's it for us writing this story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then I think it literally says the film isn't over, folks.
That's right.
And we get maybe one of my favorite credit sequences ever.
So good. This is so
What did you think?
Good. I am obsessed. I was like, every movie should be like this. We get this red carpet and all the film's actors and creators, like everybody who worked on the film, walks out on the red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, and we're all announcing their names. Although some have no names, some are just departments.
Yeah. Which is like, there's like 8 guys.
Sure.
So it makes sense.
But they all get to do like a little dance.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to Farah and everybody left, which is so funny. And she's like, it's very well done.
Yep.
Her look of disappointment.
Yep. She's at the opening of the movie.
Yep.
She's the woman fighting Om for the jacket.
Yeah.
I love it because we have that big 9-minute, here are the stars, and it's fun and it's cool and they all get a chance. I was reading, some of them are doing like little dance moves that they've done in other movies and things, and they're kind of playing up to their persona, which is cool, right? It's a big celebration of movie making. And then after they do that in the middle of the movie, at the end, they're like, okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but with the people who just made this movie.
Yeah.
And I like that it starts with the actors. And so you're like, oh, yeah, ha, ha, ha. But then it slowly goes to all of the other people who make it. And I didn't cry like, but I teared up because I was like, that's beautiful. That's really nice.
Let's showcase the hard workers that work together to put this on.
Yep. And give them the same kind of like star treatment, basically. Yeah. I thought that was
so good.
Yeah. Awesome. Before we finish, Disco of Despair.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about that?
I'm into it. Did you have like a favorite musical sequence besides like
Yeah, I mean the one that I said, Duangi Duangi.
But like,
Um,
okay, when I just want to go back when Om in the 70s, Om goes to Shanti's film and he
Mhm.
imagines himself and he's like in all those
Yeah.
sequences. The badminton for me was
The badminton is very cool. Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah. I mean, her with the wig, like the
Yes.
brown-haired wig.
Yes.
I was like, this is awesome.
It,
Just
yeah.
mostly I like her in that sequence.
Yeah.
He's good too, but I feel like he's more like a comedic relief where I feel like she's like actually performing great. Like I don't need for it to be like a tongue-in-cheek kind of funny thing. I feel like she's just great in that.
Yeah. I also just wanted to shout out in the second half, 30 years in the future, Omi's posse.
Mm-hmm.
There's one girl who just like lifts weights.
Lifting the weight, yeah. To keep the weights warmed up for
I
when
love
he's
it.
going to lift them, I guess.
I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
She was great.
I would love to have, oh my God, this is going to sound horrible, but if I was really rich, I wouldn't spend it on boats. I wouldn't spend it on multiple homes. I would spend it on people, okay? I would hire people to like be around me at all times, just like that.
So they're like enslaved to you.
No.
Oh.
I would pay them.
Okay.
But I'd be like, hey, you're my cook.
Yeah.
You're going to hang out with me all the time. You're going to cut me up vegetables that I should be eating, that I would eat if someone were there to cut them.
Right.
Hey,
Right,
you're
so
going to be
true.
my weight girl, you know? Just carry around weights. Remind me to lift them occasionally. You know what I mean? Just like
You'd build your posse.
5 personal assistants.
Yeah.
And each one would have like no responsibilities.
Yeah.
And they would all have to listen to my jokes. I'd be like, all right, guys, tell me if this is funny.
They'd have to write the good dialogue.
Right. I love that when he goes, the father and son writing duo.
Mm-hmm. So funny.
Where he's always passing out. Friend Fahad has some notes on that, which I'll read.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, just funny little characters all throughout. But I love when he's talking to the director. And he's like, yeah, Bluetooth, Nokia. He's like, you keep talking, I'll keep talking.
So good.
All right, so they made this movie for $9.6 million. Went on worldwide to make 36.2. Pretty good.
Wow.
This currently has an 80 on Rotten Tomatoes. Too low. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
crazy.
Who? Anyway.
Wow.
4.0 on Letterboxd. There is not a page for this on Metacritic, which I found to be very surprising. Because this is a huge, huge popular movie.
Yeah.
Also, there was no Roger Ebert review, unfortunately. And they made this from February to October, but not straight. There were some pauses in between.
Okay.
Yeah, and that includes like post-production. All right, let's get into our happies and crappies.
It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies.
All right, my happy is what I just said. The song Duangi Duangi. All the hot, what is it? All the hot girls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the hot girls throw your hands in the air and say Om Shanti Om. It's one of my favorite things ever. I would very, very seriously consider getting an all the hot girls throw your hands in the air and say Om Shanti Om tattoo, like right here, like on my collarbone, I think.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I love that line. I think it's so stupid and so funny. And I would love it if I met people in real life.
Who knew?
And I just said that part. And then they all just threw their arms in the air and said, Om Shanti Om. Like, that's like a dream now. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's kind of like with Juggalos.
Mm-hmm.
When Juggalos are in public and they go,
Yep.
whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
I want Om Shanti Om to be my whoop, whoop.
We can make that happen.
And then, likewise, the end credits. So those two things. And then my crappy is I don't really like how big of a jerk he is at first after being reincarnated. But I appreciate that they're kind of showing like, hey, money and power actually makes you a bad person. Because look, this guy is literally identical. And the only difference is that he got everything he ever wanted.
Right.
Yeah. What about you?
My happy is the end credit sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I really struggled. I don't really have a crappy.
I also...
Like, I really don't.
I kind of had to dig for one because I didn't want to be like, nothing. This is great.
And that
you know?
doesn't mean I'm not saying it's like perfect, but I
Right.
really don't have like a crappy.
Yeah.
Maybe someone littered.
We'd have to find out if someone littered.
I
Yeah.
should have really paid more attention. Maybe that'll just be like my go-to.
Yeah.
Cats and litter.
Kitty
My happy
litter.
and crappy. Kitty litter.
My kitties and liddies.
But we could call it kitty litter.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Anyway,
kitters
okay.
and litters.
Kitters and litters.
Yep. All right. So we asked some friends online what they thought. Instagram, you guys are terrible. No one responded. Boo. Okay, so first off, Fahad sent me a message offering up his knowledge on Om Shanti Om, which was very nice of him.
Wow.
I asked about the father and son duo and if that was like a direct reference to like a real father and son duo, or I wasn't sure. He says, "Oh no, that's the oldest joke in Indian movies. The man is so upset that he passes out. It has been part of a lot of movies."
No way.
And then he explained the opening scene to me. He said this movie, Cars from 1980, was also about reincarnation, where a man reincarnates to avenge his death, which is pretty sick. Like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in the hat in the song in Om Shanti Om is the actual director of Cars. His name is Subhash Ghai. Wow. So in the beginning, when they're doing that whole thing, and there's a guy in the hat, he's kind of like,
yeah,
give the thumbs up. That's great. That's awesome. That's like starting your movie with, Grease.
Yes.
And you get the real director of Grease to be like, sure, I'll come and pretend that I'm directing the opening of this scene.
Oh, that's great. That's
pretty great, right? Our friend Paul at Scooch Slam. Now, Paul needs no introduction, but Paul joined our Patreon, and he is like Indian movie guy.
Yes.
He is always posting in Discord about Indian movies that he's watching. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the best month ever because we're going to do Indian movies. And he had not seen either of the movies that we've done so far this month.
Stop. What?
So I said to him yesterday, I said, well, you have until tomorrow at 5:30 to watch the movie and tell us what you think. And so he did. So first he said, Om Shanti Om counts as a movie about movies too. Yes. I'm loving it. I don't get all the references, but I loved how every time a motorcycle appeared, the Doom theme played, which Doom is a movie series.
Yeah.
In India. I didn't, that's something that just, of course, like went way over my head. Then he says, plus the reunion of Kajol and Farah Khan was sweet. And then after finishing the movie, he says, I think Om Shanti Om is my favorite Shah Rukh Khan role I've seen so far. Full disclosure, I've only seen about 9 of his films at the moment. To which I replied, that's a lot more than me.
Yeah, and that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, hey, we were able to show the Indian movie guy a movie.
Amazing.
Isn't that great?
Wow, I can't believe he's never seen this one or RRR.
Mm-hmm. And then Ali M. Latifi at Ali Bomay says, one of the songs from that film is played at the Burj Khalifa fountain show. So that's a big cultural impact.
Very cool.
Tickets, please. At Brian Clarkson 5 says, it's like the Avengers of Bollywood. So many cameos.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Shreyas at Shreyas Solo says, wow, many, many references. This particular film has the same plot, the 1960s film Madhumati. Also, a great film and great songs. And I love this film because it's so humbling, because even for me, who has dedicated a large part of his life to knowing about movies, I watch this and I'm like, I don't know who anyone is. I don't know what any of this is. And it's just a great reminder that the world is so huge that you can never know it all. Mm-hmm. So friends out there, don't get a big head. As soon as you think you know something, you don't know nothing, man. All right. So there's some people that we do know. Now let's go to a segment of the show where we hear from people that we don't know. It's called half star, 3-star, 5-star. All right, these are reviews from letterboxd.com, which is a website and an app where you can log, rate, and review movies. We start with a half-star review, which is the lowest rating that you can give a film. And we go all the way up to a 5-star rating, which is the highest rating that you can give a film. And on this show, for the half-star review, I normally read them in an accent. So, Michelle, do you have any requests?
Kermit.
You want me to do Kermit for this one? Okay, all right. Om Shanti Om.
I was gonna say Mickey Mantle. I'm thinking of our characters that we've introduced.
Mm-hmm.
We have Rocky, we have Mickey Mantle, we have Kermit, we have the British guy.
What does Mickey Mantle sound like?
I don't know.
Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth.
Oh, Babe
Yeah.
Ruth. That's what I'm thinking of.
Hey, I'm Babe Ruth.
Right. I just snorted.
Happy to be back, everybody.
Right. Babe Ruth. How dare I forget from Sandlot? Yeah, but anyway, okay, Kermit.
Okay. All right, half-star review for Om Shanti Om. If you can even believe that such a thing would exist.
Crazy.
Well, of course I wouldn't watch this unless I was in a Bollywood course. Having said that, this script was clearly written by the manatees from South Park with idea balls. After watching this film, I wish I was Shanti and died in a fire before even being subjected to this absurdity for 3 hours.
Whoa.
Can you imagine how horrible that is?
Wow.
Are you familiar with the episode of South Park where they talk about how Family Guy writes their jokes and plots?
No.
It's basically like a huge water tank with manatees that just like grab random balls that have like words written on it.
I think I've seen this.
And then
clip.
like
This
raises
sounds
to the
very
top. Like they bring it to the top. And so it's like, okay, here's an actor, here's the situation, and here's something that happens. On this on this show we don't pick apart other people's reviews, but I gotta say, I think of everyone that we've ever read, I hate this one.
I love when you say that because like I pick apart the review every week.
I don't know if we do, but
You
we usually
do.
just keep it to disagree.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, okay, and you know what I just said about staying humble? This is what happens when you don't, folks, okay? This person doesn't understand any of the references. They don't understand what the movie is. And so they're saying that it's random. It ain't random. You just are an idiot.
Right. You're just not aware of it. Also, you want to be burned? Come on.
Please. 3-star review.
Dramatic.
Bollywood as glossy, colorful, and a highway to fame and glory. But lifting its artifice curtain is a world full of deception. A dreamy honeypot trapping its audience. Om Shanti Om tries to give a holistic view of the industry and succeeds in most places. Meticulously designed and written part retro and part modern Bollywood at its most dreamiest and cunningly illusory.
Wow. SAT words.
I know. I was like holding on for dear life reading that. 5-star review says, so much pure movie magic crammed into a 3-hour running time that it bursts at the seams with extravagance and joy. Constantly shifting and changing. A musical rom-com. A thriller. A gothic revenge tale. But never once dimming in incandescent entertainment. Unbelievably wonderful viewing experience with friends.
Well said. Yes, well put.
So we rate a movie as a schmovie, a movie, or a film. We rate it 1 through 5 stars and give our final thoughts and recommendations. Michelle, you want to go first?
Sure.
All right, so I wrote down for you for Om Shanti Om, 4-star movie.
Very good.
Is that what it is?
Yes, you get a pickle.
Awesome. Finally, we've been in a pickle drought.
I know. Pickles are good until you're in one. Am I right?
That's right.
But even then, you're in a pickle, so it's good.
Yep.
Yes, 4-star movie. This was such a good time. I very much enjoyed this one. And I'm definitely recommending it. Like to everybody. Because I think, like we've said, like maybe we don't get some of the references. You're still going to have a good time watching it.
Yep.
Okay, so for you, I wrote down 4-star movie.
Exactly.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I had seen this before, and that's what I had rated at 4 stars. I would maybe bump it up to 4.5, For me, it's a little long.
Yeah.
And when we go to reincarnation, I kind of just wanted to stay, honestly.
I know.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of fun. And even if you haven't seen anything to understand the references, I actually think that this is kind of a good place to start with modern Indian movies because it's so much fun and it's very infectious. And like you said, the key to everything, it does not take itself too seriously.
Yes.
So it allows you to laugh at it while it's laughing at itself. All right. Does this pass the Seth Shell test? The Seth Shell test is our spin on the Bechdel test. We require that a movie must contain something tangible that is impressive, whether choreography, production design, or a practical effect, and it must have a runtime that is justified by its content. I know I just said it's a little long, but for me, it's kind of yes on both of these. Just because I find it a little long, I don't think that the movie is too long. That might not make any sense.
No, that's exactly how I feel because this is a yes for me.
Yeah.
I think everything they're doing makes sense for what they're doing for the runtime. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love how we go long enough that we can have all these different genres in one runtime. And I'm just like, I'm throwing up my hands in the air and saying Om Shanti Om. Hey, if you want to throw your hands up in the air, you can give us a rating and review wherever you're listening. If you're listening on Spotify, bro, open up your flippin' app and leave us a comment on the episode. Maybe you didn't know that you can do that. This is a new thing that Spotify is doing. And you know what? We like seeing them. Just leave us a possum emoji, cat emoji.
Yeah, and like for old time's sake, we still love Apple Podcast reviews.
We do. Come on. Listen.
The last one we got was just Seth.
The last one that we have up there just says the word Seth. And while we love that, we would also like it if there was something else when people came on to see what our show is, you know?
Please.
Yeah. You can also send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought about Om Shanti Om. Let us know about Indian August. What are you doing? What's your sunscreen regimen? You can also support the show, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. $5 a month gets you access to all of our additional episodes, our patron-only Discord, ad-free episodes. You get to vote on upcoming movies and monthly themes. Hey, listen, maybe Indian August isn't your thing. Guess what, folks? September, it's a patron-voted theme, okay? So you can go the whole different direction with it.
We give our patrons so much power.
I know. It's unfair.
They really are the producers of this show.
It's true. Hopefully not the Mukeshes, though.
Well.
Okay, so next week, I have not seen this movie. So this is maybe a Movie Friends first, where both of us haven't seen the movie that we're covering. But we're kind of working our way backwards a little bit. So we were in the 2020s, 2000s, and we're going back to the 90s. So we're going to be talking about a film called Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Directed by Aditya Chopra from 1995, currently streaming on Prime. And this has a connection because this also stars Shah Rukh Khan and choreographed by Farah Khan.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool.
So I don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. So that's the end of this episode. And much like Om Shanti Om, we're just closing the door.
Actually, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Put a sound effect and that's it.
Yep. Well, hey, thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Seth.
This was fun, right?
It was fun. Yeah.
And hey, thank you very much for listening. And remember, folks, life is like a film. It always has a happy ending. And if it's not happy, then it's not yet the end. Till next week, thank you very much for listening. Have a good one.
Movie Friends is produced by Seth Vargas and Michelle Rubenstein. Theme music by Jean Marie Vargas. Visit us at our website, moviefriendspodcast.com, and please subscribe and rate our show wherever you are listening. You can support Movie Friends at patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Thanks for listening.